Intimacy, all that was suppressed, and she didn't get that to me anyway, so I would find it with other women. So once I knew that, I'm like, I can't take her down these pathways of pain and expect for things to be okay. I gotta leave. That's the...
Hey, listen, guys, welcome to Little Blackbird, another one. We'll talk to you guys about Phil, Sierra situation. Yes, Phil, you know what? I kind of identify with him so much, man. I've been in that same place, and I know what happens. But the reality is we cheated, okay? Not only do we cheat, we can't use the excuse of the person starved us. We can only use that as a reasoning for why, but that is not the reason why. The reality is we felt starved and we felt like we were neglected. And in that moment, we chose to look out because we wanted to look out for ourselves, right? Rather than leaving a relationship, rather than quitting, rather than communicating to our partner, you know, in a way that they would understand, we actually chose to take the law onto ourselves and go out and cheat. But I do understand where he's coming from. I've been there when you've been starved of that emotional connection that you need. But you have to be real with yourself. The reason why oftentimes we look outside is also because we lack integrity. Number one. Number two, we oftentimes have our own internal issues emotionally that actually block us from actually being vulnerable to our partner and actually expressing eloquently what we actually need from them and working through it with them. I remember in a situation where I wasn't getting it and I was flirting. I flirted way too much. I ain't gonna lie to you. I flirted way too much with other women and having conversations that I knew that I wasn't having with my partner, and I knew that at the time was potentially could be classed as, not potentially, sorry, it is classed as emotional adultery or emotional cheating. And so we have to be very honest with ourselves about our behaviors. Yes, some of it might have been starving at that moment. Yes, I may have been neglected in certain areas, but the reason why I cheated is not because you did that. It's because I lacked integrity, because I could have walked away. But because I was so selfish and because I was so hurt in myself, I was only thinking about me, not the repercussions, not about you, not about how you might be affected. Let's get into this conversation. If you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. Do us a massive favor. Let's work together here. You guys are doing some great work already with me, and I appreciate that. I want to be able to take us to the next level, and I really love if we can get to 100K by the end of the year. So yes, if you haven't done so already and you've been sitting with us enjoying our content, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, you can also join our membership. It's £1, $1. And we have a membership only lives every other week. That's a real conversation, real stuff as well. All right, let's get into this because this is real. This is real. You know, this is real. We have to deep it now, okay? And break down some real kind of stuff. So let's get back into this conversation. All right. Let's get back into this conversation. Play a bit more of the clip as well, right?
Best, we got to get this out of the way up front. I'm gonna have to leave and allow you to heal from that point. I'm gonna need to do the same thing.
Exactly. Now now you're in this spin cycle.
But the problem is he didn't leave. So even though we're saying that we got to leave, he didn't leave, right? Same way I didn't leave, right? I didn't look for it in many women. I looked for it in one other. But either way, we didn't leave, and that's the point. Like, so it's and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm always careful about narrations and how we tell them, because sometimes we want to make ourselves feel better and look better, right? The reality was you found other women to satisfy your emotional needs. You were emotionally cheating. And then when you did that, then you got to a point where you realize the relationship is now really, really suffering, whether she realized, whether you realize, and then you say, obviously, we got to quit the relationship. I got to leave. Because I'm taking you down this path continually all the time. And the reality of the situation is we have to take ownership of that behavior. I did that because I wanted to. I did that because I was feeling some way. I did that because I couldn't face leaving you first, but rather I wanted to keep you in your place, hoping that it might change, but also giving me a safety net of your company and you loving me and care about me and me going off and do what I'm doing. Right? See, it's easier to do the cheating than the leaving, because if I leave, then I have nothing there to hold me. I've got nothing as a support. But if I cheat, I've got a support. I can come back home. I can be okay. And I want the relationship to work. And I don't get twisted. I want my relationship to work, and maybe, and it's a naive and this sick, twisted way of thinking where if I go out and do what I'm doing and I come home, maybe this will look better. Maybe this will come back and be better. The reality of the situation is you're drinking a slow poison chalice and you're going to get sick, past die. The relationship ends up dying, and it's because we're being unintegral, and we're not being faithful to our partners. So yes, while there may not be no authenticity, yes, while there may not be while there may not be enough support in those areas, we have to be accountable in those points, right? And be integrous about what we're doing.
Where you're finding your love elsewhere, so it's hard to pedal back from that. Once you've gone there, once the disrespect enters the room, it never leaves.
Yeah. So,
and that's a key word. Once you start cheating, the disrespect never leaves. And we're using code words, right? Because they're saying once you start going down the road of other women, we cheated. We can say it. We cheated, and we can go down that road. We cheated, and we missed key opportunity to build bridges with our partner at the time. Now, she may not have been the one, and so fair enough. But we cheated. We can say it. The code words are nice, but they're pretty, and the prettiness protects us from our reality of the truth. I was a cheater, and I did the person wrong. It's okay to admit that. I don't need to be locked into a persona of a nice guy anymore. I used to be, and I wanted to be able to protect my persona of this nice guy. But nice guy ain't good guys. Good guys do have scars. Good guys do things wrong. Good guys do things right. But the reality is I'm able to own my truth. And the reason why I'm able to own it is because I'm not afraid of being vulnerable, because I don't think you can judge me. Of course, I've done what I've done, and I've judged myself. And I've learned to come into a place where I'm like, you know what, you did wrong and you shouldn't have done that. That's a case of emotional intelligence where you're able to let go of your own mistakes. I'm not trying to let it define me. What did I learn from those things? I realized that, whoa, when I'm hungry and I'm low and empty, then everything bitter tastes sweet. The Bible says everything bitter tastes sweet to the hungry man. And when I become hungry emotionally, what I got to do? I've got to go back and I got to refill. I got to say, hey, babe, look, I'm feeling a bit low. I'm feeling a bit disconnected from you. And I want to have a conversation before I start feeling some type of way. This is what we need to work on. This is what I want to start doing with you. Let me put some effort into it. I need to start being a leader of my own emotions and my own thoughts. And that's where, as men, we can do a little bit better. I'm not blaming men at all. And I'm just saying, as men, what we can do better, because I know as I'm a man, what we can do better is lead in our own emotions and not neglect that we have them, and not neglect the fact that my emotions mean something, and not say that emotions are weaknesses. Okay, our emotions are real responses to a stimuli. I feel like I'm down. I feel like I'm fearful. I feel I'm sad. I feel I'm hurt. I feel like I'm angry, whatever. And I'm going to share that with you in those moments. And I'm saying, hey, I'm feeling this type of way. Right? Mentally, I'm feeling a little bit like, you know what? I'm a bit clogged up. I don't feel like I'm connecting with you as much as possible. And I want to reconnect with you. Right? I'm not sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but I want to reconnect with you. What I need from you is here. I need to feel more loved. I need to feel more cared for. I need to feel more supported. I need to feel more respected. I need to, I want, and how does that look like? I want more hugs. I want more kisses. Baby, I want you to cook a bit more. I want you to come home and say, babe, how is your day? I want you to, some of those things. We need to be real about what we want. And when you're a good guy, you're able to say it. When you're a nice guy, you're just hoping the other person kind of reads it. Or you end up doing what this is, which is you manipulate and you go and cheat and you call it, well, I had to find it in other women. The reality is we cheated. We didn't find it in other women. We cheated, right? But you're absolutely right. Yes, the other woman had what you wanted,